other interesting business news, you have McDonald's coming out with a new restaurant concept as well. Now, the spin-off is going to be called CosMc, which is actually apparently from an old alien mascot that they used from the 80s and early 90s. Now, you're seeing this with a lot of fast food companies in particular where they're leaning full in to nostalgia. I can't help but notice many of their logos are actually reverting back to previous designs. And I suspect it's partially to do with maybe a perceived quality of the food better back in the day. Whether truth or not, they use different ingredients, different suppliers, or maybe it's just a mental perception. People are more reminiscent of the past when taxes weren't as high, or if you're a kid, you weren't paying any taxes at all. Well, perhaps a dad tax when the dad takes a couple of your fries out of the food. But some might say there are better times in general. So a lot of these fast food companies are reverting back to the old brands and logos. And in this case, they're actually opening up a whole new restaurant based on a mascot. Now, personally, I'm pessimistic to see is that one mascot that, again, is not Ronald McDonald, is it popular enough and reminiscent enough with fans to drive attendance and foot traffic? You did see this huge cultural phenomenon where everyone was obsessed with the purple grimace, I believe, 2 months ago, and the sales of associated products exponentially went increased, thanks partially to the trends on the old TikTok. Now, it looks like the CosMc is going to be a small form concept, and they claim they'll have all the DNA of McDonald's, but its own unique personality. Now, this is according to McDonald's CEO CosMc, and they also know that the CosMc will launch a small number of sites in a, quote, limited geography in early 2024. Now, in total, McDonald's plans to invest $2.4 billion in capital expenditures this year, and half of it will go towards building 1,900 new restaurants across the globe. Which is interesting because a lot of these fast food companies, not just McDonald's, you do have these accelerations and decelerations where they're opening up a lot of stores, then they're closing them. There's a little bit of a trial and error as they try to figure out which geographic locations and people fit best for long-term profitability. You saw this with Starbucks when Charles Schultz had to, not Charles, what is his first name? Howard Schultz. I had to look at his book on the shelf. Let me know if, ADHD question, let me know if you want me to do a book review. I usually read one business or philosophy, political book a month. This month I'm actually reading the book about the BlackBerry company and how they built it from the ground up. But I digress. Another question for another time, perhaps. In terms of McDonald's, will this be a new successful concept? Will it be a smaller footprint? I would think they would try to focus more on web sales or app sales, because in terms of a restaurant capabilities and a return on investment, one of the most expensive things about most businesses, especially retail, is the real estate and actually square footage. So if you can shrink that square footage and make it more efficient, get better ROI out of it, it might be a more efficient and better long-term business plan. So it'll be interesting to see. Let me know in the comments. Do you remember this CosMc? And would you go to a store just to reminisce? It'll be interesting to see. Time shall tell. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, we're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of August, so I greatly appreciate you taking the time to click that button. Also, if you take the time to like and comment, that helps us grow and develop as well. Really appreciate the feedback that I'm getting. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.